So yesterday, they released 33,000 docs released after accusers met with lawmakers. Rob, when I'm doing this, please show Nancy Mace when she's leaving the place and her reaction. Well, let me read the story to you first. So they meet with lawmakers. A lot of them heard the testimony of the individuals. The House Committee and Oversight Governor Reform released 33,295 pages of Jeffrey Epstein-related records from U.S. Department of Justice on Tuesday, including videos from the 2005 Palm Beach Police Department investigation and Ghislaine Maxwell's DOJ interview with the committee stating on August 5th, Chairman Comer issued a subpoena for records related to Jeffrey Epstein, and the Department of Justice and indicated it will continue producing those records while ensuring the redaction of victim identification, identities, and any child sexual abuse. Representative Anna Paulina, after meeting with 6 Epstein victims, stated the victims themselves have stated this is a lot bigger than I think anyone anticipated. There are some very rich and powerful people that need to go to jail. It is very much a possibility that Jeffrey Epstein was an intelligent agent, or you're going back to it now, working for the adversary, but also question who he is. How much did our government know about it? A House vote on Wednesday aims to formalize the inquiry and ensure further releases. Here's Representative Nancy Mace, a recent assault survivor, left the meeting early, overwhelmed, stating on X, as a recent survivor, not 2 years in, I had a very difficult time listening to their stories, full-blown panic attack, sweating, hyperventilating, shaking, I can't breathe. I feel the immense pain of how hard all victims are fighting for themselves, because we know absolutely no one will fight for us. God bless all our survivors. Here's her, by the way, leaving. She's crying, yeah. So that's that. That's Nancy Mace. And by the way, Nancy's tough.
Oh,
you're not talking to somebody that's
a character for her.
It's not. Yeah. She's super tough. And so there's a couple clips I want to show you. This is one of them, Rob, Anna Paulina, and then the other one is the jail clip that they finally released. Go ahead, Rob.
The biggest thing that stands out to me is the victims themselves have stated that this is a lot bigger than I think anyone anticipated. We are obviously going to be requesting the SARS reports from Treasury, and also following up on that. There's some very rich and powerful people that need to go to jail. I think everyone's been frustrated as to why that hasn't happened before. But it is very much so a possibility that Jeffrey Epstein was an intelligence asset working.
Right, but here's the clip of the jail cell, okay? So when you watch this is, look for the movement all the way in the back, top left corner. You see something moving back there? Okay. So this is the clip that they didn't release. It was 3 minutes hidden. It's finally out. Watch the movement in the back where Rob is putting the arrow at. You see that? It'll keep moving in a minute. Watch a person. Nobody knows who it is. He's just going to simply walk to the right.
Oh, this isn't a ghost, Pat? This isn't a ghost, right?
No,
okay. Just want to make sure it's not an apparition.
Keep watching. What happens
That's a big
here?
word, Vinny.
Thank you.
Look, right there. Who's that person?
What? Oh, he's wearing all black. Oh, weird. Who's that?
Nobody knows.
Huh.
Nobody knows what happened there. So guess what? By the way, this is the part about the sequencing, how dumb of a sequencing they took. If they would have released the footage with the guy walking, you think people are not going to know you cut 3 minutes. Now that you put this, now people know you're hiding something.
Right.
If you would have just left it.
Why'd you lie about it in the first place? I was just thinking, I thought they released the whole thing and there was no minute missing.
3 minutes.
Because it reset itself. So that was a total lie.
What do you think's going on here, Julie? I mean, I don't know if we've spoken about this before. What do you think there's anything here? You think there was something? I watched the documentary with Ghislaine Maxwell on Netflix, or I watched his documentary as well. And you see these girls saying, I went there, I decided not to, but I brought 24 girls back to him. Every time I did, he paid me $200. And one time I brought a 14-year-old girl. Cops told me, you're part of it because you're over 18. You're facing jail time. How about me? How about this? You're reading these stories. It's just unreal.
Now, there's overwhelming evidence. We've talked about it on your show previously. The guy is somehow related to intelligence, whether he's CIA, whether he's Mossad, whether he's both. Clearly, there is so much more here than meets the eye, and they are absolutely covering it up. The part that I'm kind of personally disappointed is Kash Patel and Bongino, who are good guys, telling us just a couple of months ago, there's nothing here, there's nothing else to release. Well, you just released 30,000 more documents and 3 more minutes of footage, so what do you mean? You're the head of the FBI. What are you talking about? I don't love that, because I did like those two guys. I'm a bit confused. Maybe I'm missing something.
No, you're not. No, you're not, because that was that for leading up to the election. That's all you saw. Because by the way, I don't think Dan Bongino knows he was going to get that position. But Dan was the I saw this, I talked to this, trust me, I know this. And then when they came in, it was a different story. But Jillian, no, I agree with you 100%. I'm actually proud, though, that people like Thomas, because remember, Henry Anton, the number, nobody cares about Epstein. Who cares? No. I'm so proud of Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna from different sides of the aisle, not letting this die out. Okay, because you see freaking Nancy Mace, she's a freaking survivor of sexual assault and rape. And that means she's in there hearing these girls reliving her own freaking trauma. And Pat nailed it. She was sitting right here. She is tough. No, she is stone cold. So for that to come out, and what Representative Luna was saying, guys, is that there's all these victims and all these victims. When there's a victim, there's an offender, there's an assailant, okay? And she said this. She said, it is possible that he was a foreign intelligence asset, and rich and powerful people need to go to jail. And we've been saying this, Adam, for how many months now? Accountability. Give us one, okay? With COVID, we're not going to get nothing because they freaking gave Fauci a pardon. So we're screwed.
2014.
We are screwed in that sense, but we want a person. She said rich and powerful. Give us one. I want somebody to go down. Please, God.
I actually respect Vinny's opinion on this. I've been pretty clear that, when it comes to signal and noise, this is a bunch of noise to me. But that doesn't mean it's not important. That doesn't mean there's nothing to see here. Doesn't mean there doesn't need to be accountability. Here's what I know. Remember when they talked about the Henry Anton thing, and they're like, we polled 1,000 people, and one person was interested. They go, 1% of people are interested in Epstein? No, one person. But here's what I know about that one person. They are the loudest mother suckers in the room, man. They are not going to let this thing drop. So there's people out there who are like, look, I'm just trying to pay the bills, put food on the plate, work, raise my family, all that. I get that. But then there's people who are like, I don't care what I got to do. I am not dropping this Epstein thing. And people like you are not going to let this go.
Yeah.
So respect to you.
And mind you, that we keep seeing it. Like, it keeps popping up. You just showed a video. So wait, that means Pam Bondi, you lied to us.
Exactly.
You're the attorney general. You're the highest law enforcement.
That's what I'm
Pam Bondi.
Blondie.
Oh, yeah, my bad. And it's like, what do you...
respect.
And Pat, I love that you said that. What? You think we're stupid? You think we're not? You think the nerds that are out there are going to take that video, put in AI, and say, you guys are freaking lying? So obviously, to me, my opinion, that means the people that are involved are still hovering and circling around like vultures going, don't do that, better not do that, he's on this, we have a relationship with this. It drives me bananas.
I'm with Pat. I don't like the precedent. And I'll tell you what also I don't like. What I don't like, this feels like history repeating itself. 4 frames missing from the Zapruder film, frames 208 to 211, been missing for a long time. Oh, we were working with Life magazine. They were trying to do some editing, and wait, you were letting a reporter from Life magazine actually do some editing on the single most important piece of evidence since the atomic spy case? Are you kidding me? Number one. Number two, then they said, oh, we don't have the radio recordings from the police radios. Those came out later. In the Kennedy, I'm talking about Kennedy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and now those recordings are available where you put on headphones at the National Memorial and Historical Site, which is the 6th Avenue Book Depository in Dallas. You put them on there and it says, please listen to the 4 shots. You can clearly hear the sound and what's recoil and report of these 4 shots. Oh, so now there's 4 shots. Right. And it's out there. But it was all trickled out. It was all available. And this feels like it's just a repeat of history. It was like 2 years later, 3 years after Warren Commission, found the 4 frames of the Zapruder film. You know what? There's a little hitch here. So maybe could have been shot from the front, could have been shot from the back. And it's not just Oliver Stone writing his movie and saying back and to the right, back and to the right. He was talking about
what are you thinking here?
Things. What I think here is sorry about that. They're bleeding out this drip, 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 and it looks like the movie we've seen before. And it reduces the credibility. It doesn't improve the trust that Americans need to have in their government. Trust is what they need to restore. So sometimes you tear off the Band-Aid and say, this is what happened, this is what's going on, and this is what we've got.
Let me tell you one thing, though, Tom. You ready for this? Okay. I'm going to ask this question. I'm curious to know what you're going to say. John F. Kennedy, the shooting happens. The Dallas shooting happens today. You think they get away with it? Today.
No. Camera phones and everything that's everywhere and recordings, no way.
Thomas Crook.
That's right. Do you think so?
Who
You
is
still think
he?
they get away with it?
Hell yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So do you
Hell
think
yeah.
do you think Thomas Crooks was a similar story to the one with John F. Kennedy that was trying to take Trump out?
I mean, what do we know about this kid?
I
How
think
about a
you're-
donut hole? Nothing.
My opinion, Pat. I
We know
think-
they had a garden hose
Hey,
on the
I
roof
don't
one
even
day
think, I
later.
don't, especially with all the shots, Pat, and all the footage that they have, the bullets hitting in different angles. I don't think it was only him as well. He was going to be the patsy. He wasn't going to come out alive at all. So yeah, I
Okay.
agree. I
So-
agree.
So where I'm at with this is the following. Here's where I'm at with this. I think there is two different types of noise. There's real noise. There's bad noise. The hardest part about life is to be able to differentiate which noise is valid, which noise is not. Because you can sit there and look at the noise, oh my God, look at all the people that are being killed. But Muslims are being killed by a bunch of different people. How come you're not? Okay, that's a good question. Why are you not paying attention to the only because it's this? Okay, fair. All right, maybe that's a good argument. So many people are saying, blah, 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 this. Yeah, why are you not looking at what's going on in these liberal cities? No, it's okay. Well, you lose the argument, right? For me, with this, on the people that are making noise now, and you're seeing Anna Paulina. I don't know if Anna Paulina. I think when I watch Anna Paulina's body language there, she's a little bit conflicted because she's concerned who's on that list. That's the vibe I got from her. Nancy Mace walks out emotionally because of what happened to her the last 2 years.
yeah.
The trouble today, Vinny, why I think neither this or the COVID thing is going to go away, I don't know if Fauci's going to go to jail. There's less than a 0.1% chance he's going to jail. That's not, actually, I'm not interested in him going to jail or not going to jail. I'm more interested in this becoming clear evidence of what they did so the next guy cannot use it and do it. Him going to jail doesn't make any difference in my life. What does happen is we find that the games you played, you can't do it again. We find that the games China played, you can't do it again, or any other country. I'm interested in permanent prevention of what could possibly happen in the future. That's what my concern is. And when I see this taking place today, what this is taking place today is this is showing the fact that all of those things that they kept talking about, the audience was right. You did hide 3 minutes. Now you leaked it. The audience was right about that. All these documentaries are right. And when I had, what's his name on, Michael Wolff on, and we had a conversation with him about Epstein, and he's telling me, yeah, all these guys showed up. You're telling me there isn't assets? I mean, I have a hard time believing that. Now, I can tell you, like, Ehud Barak visits, 32 times, 36 times to the house? And I asked Michael Wolff, I said, when you were at his $77 million property, biggest private residence that Lex Wexner that just gifted him? And he even asked Lex Wexner later on why he gifted him. What do you mean he gifts him? Who the hell gifts anybody a $77 million biggest private residence in Manhattan? Nobody does that for no reason. And why was Ehud Barak there? Oh, he would always show up. Why? Just because he would be telling he was a gas bag. What did he call it? Rob, what was the word he used?
Gas bag was
Gas
the right
bag,
word.
yeah. And then, he's visiting for what, shits and giggles? When he said, Epstein was a guy that couldn't keep secrets, he would always talk, and he's always saying stuff. And I said, was that painting of Clinton in the house? Yeah, it was there. Where was it at? Right next to the bathroom. Wait, we were told that painting is not real, and maybe it's fake, and maybe it's this. Now you're there, and a guy that doesn't hate Trump, but didn't vote for Trump, dislikes him, says that is there. We're supposed to sit there and think there is no ties? Just tell us the truth. What happened? It's okay. It's not like we're not going to be making mistakes. So to me, I'm glad this is happening. And I'm glad that if it happens to if you ever notice somebody who is overly emotional about something like this, it's probably because something happened to them in their lives or something happened to somebody they love in their lives. And if somebody reacts to it like, yeah, whatever, probably nothing happened to them in their lives or they did something in their lives that they're kind of like, hey, let me be careful with this. I'm just glad they're making progress with this. And let's see what happens next. By the way, all they had to do at the beginning, Jillian, come out, sequencing, we're on the same page, release, here's what we know, here's what we don't know. If you know anything, reach out to us. This is the info. We're releasing it to you, and let's move on. It would have been a 6-week, story cycle and gone. Now you're extending it. You're not because we want to extend it, because you're making it extend. And that's a flaw on their end. It's a mistake they made.
But boss, here's the thing, and Tom, you said this, and I'm never going to forget it. If Epstein is intelligence, right? Then that means our tax dollars are essentially using children as sex slaves to leverage what? You think they're going to tell us that? No friggin' way, guys.
Yeah, and last thing, Pat, and the only thing
You don't think nothing comes out?
Oh, hell no.
I'm with her. And here's my thing, Pat.
No.
The only reason I say,
No way.
because
I think it does.
some people don't care about jail. My thing is, if there's no accountability and none of them go inside of a prison cell, then it'll never stop. Because no matter how we change the system, the people in, like the FBI, Peter Strzok, all them, this is the FBI. There's still going to be rogue people in there. They're still going to have their own agenda. And even if it comes out, the system's set up to where none of them goes to jail. None of them will. And that's why I'm with her. Nothing is going to happen to none of these people. The only person, Pat, is going to keep them accountable is God. That's the only comfort that I have, is they're going to get judged, because it's not going to happen here. It's not. I don't have faith in the system.
You don't think anything's going to happen
Nope,
to these guys?
absolutely not.
No way.
Zero.
You don't think nothing happens to the Fauci people?
Nope.
Nope.
You don't think there's going to be any accountability where history is going to be able to reveal what happened here?
I think the evidence
So-
is out that people know exactly what
History,
happened.
yes. Accountability now, courtroom hearings, things like that. No.
Yeah, so which is more important? Where are you at? Which is more important? Which is more important? To me, accountability-wise, you know what happens when, you're somebody that you do bad things, who ends up eventually coming and getting you? Either the man upstairs or some people that were emotionally involved in that story, they find a way to come to you. For me, my level of optimism here is, this is so wide with so many kids involved. It's so many different places. It's going to be very hard to hide this. And with COVID, this is so wide. This is so involved with different countries and the way it was handled. You have to be ready for the next one. Because if we're not, they're going to be able to use the same exact principles of what they did to us again. I am convinced that some of the guys are going to fight on the inside to get to it. Watch this. Thomas Massey. Is Thomas Massey a friend of President Trump?
No.
Is he a pro-Israel guy, or is he a pro-AIPAC guy?
No.
Does he have an AIPAC representative working with him?
No,
he does not. They've been approached. He does not. Ro Khanna, is he a Republican or a Democrat?
Democrat.
But is he a reasonable Democrat?
Yes.
Okay. Is he a guy that has a decent relationship with Musk?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a decent
does he really?
relation. Oh yeah, he has a decent relation because
He's in Silicon
he's
Valley.
He's the Silicon Valley, so
Yeah,
he's the guy that's there. So he has the richest zip code out of everybody in America is what he's got. So I think the part that is going to be, these guys are going to be annoying.
Yeah, they are.
What I'm telling you,
in a good way.
I'm looking at them. I'm annoyed.
yeah, these guys are going to be annoying, and they're going to be going in there and just kind of keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. Eventually, something could break. Whether it does or not, I don't know. But I'm always more supportive of you believing that justice will be done, God will do his part, and convinced that the right people will step up than saying, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. Because it's the same thing that when it happens in business, sometimes in business, you're going to hit a point where you're about to lose everything. And you know what happens? You're like, nothing's going to, and there's always a guy or two in the room that are like, watch, we're not going to make, again, we're going to not get the funding. Again, we're not going to get the funding. And it's like, listen, man, you ain't helping. You ain't helping by having that mindset. And I know it's not something that, something that you have to agree or disagree with. All I'm saying is, for me, it takes one person to come out to do something with it, and later on forever, it's an Academy Award-winning movie that we watch, and her name is, who was the girl that came out in, that Julia Roberts played? Who did Julia Roberts play?
Erin Brockovich?
Erin Brockovich.
Oh, yeah.
You have these stories of people that come out. You're always going to be beneficial to give hope that someone is watching. Imagine if someone's watching this. The other day, I get a text message from Vince Vaughn. Hey, man, I just want to let you know, we had an hour and a half call together.
Love
okay?
Vince Vaughn.
And it's like, hey, just want to let you know, you enjoy the Jubilee. Sends me a long message yesterday. All right, great. The people that are watching, and we see them at the hockey thing, we're having the people that watch, you don't know who's watching. Maybe Bongino's watching us late at night in a bathroom by himself. It's like, maybe you got, some of these guys are watching saying, dude, I know. Maybe. I'm hopeful That a person like that's going to watch and be like, what did Snowden do? Was he a net positive?
Positive.
What are you kidding me? He's massive net positive.
Pull the curtain back.
Who's the other guy outside of Snowden? What was the other guy?
Julian Assange.
Are these guys net positives?
I love them.
What happened to their lives?
Destroyed. Ruined.
What happened to their lives? You don't think there's going to be another Snowden or another, Julian Assange? I think they will.
They'll give you a head on a stick, maybe Prince Andrew.
Not they. I'm not saying they.
Meaning a person.
I don't trust the government's going to tell me what I want to hear.
way.
No, I'm not trusting the government's going to tell me what they're going to tell me. The government's going to hide. That's what they're going to be doing because this is the greatest country in the world. And if you give a leak, the enemy from the outside is going to leverage it as well. This isn't for everybody, guys. We're doing a podcast. We're not running a country.
Yeah.
Everybody can sit here and talk about all the stuff they want and then go try running a country. I'm sorry. You didn't get elected. It's not for everybody. It's a tough job. But I do believe the Assanges, the Brockovich, the Snowdens are out there. And let me tell you, those types of people are the most annoying people in the world. The most annoying. If Snowden, who's the one that leaked the 30,000 emails in one by one, where even Chris Cuomo one time said, you shouldn't leak these emails. This is against national security for you leak these emails for the world to see it. Was it Assange or was it
Assange? It was Assange on WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks.
Yeah.
He put him on blast.
Yeah, but what happened? Hillary Clinton lost.
Yeah.
How many of those things played a role? Now, I'm convinced there are people like that who are not doing it for money that may come out. By the way, you don't have to agree with me. I'm going to choose to die on the sword of, I think there's statesmen out there. I think there's warriors out there. I think there's people out there that are going to be like, I'm going to put my career on the line and I'm going to come out and talk about it. I could be wrong. I'm always going to bet on this side. That mankind, deep down inside, all it takes is one man, one woman to step out and take that risk. One man, one moment. Do you realize a few years ago, Elon Musk has got a great life? He's an Iron Man. He's like hooking up with anybody and everybody he wants. You want to buy X? And now you are the most hated man in the world ahead of Bibi? We've done a lot of interviews, guys. A week ago, I interviewed Netanyahu. Then Jubilee comes out. I mean, obviously, Jubilee didn't perform as good as Bibi's did. I mean, we have to. The amount of love I got from doing the Bibi, and, like the messages, you should have seen Jillian. You're the greatest. You're amazing. I love you. Just go and read the Bibi interview and go all the way down. By the way, the like to dislike ratio is 99 to 1% like.
Wow.
Now I'm being sarcastic. It was like the worst like to dislike ratio ever. But the idea is Elon Musk did that. He didn't have to do that. Why did he do it? His life got better? I don't think so. Got more chaotic. He's in the storm. Why did he do it? Why did Trump run again? What if he doesn't run? Say he doesn't run. Say he sits down the sidelines. DeSantis is going to beat Biden? Who's going to beat Biden? Who was the lead? Who? JD wasn't running. Vivek, they're going to allow Vivek to win. They wouldn't allow Vivek to win in 2024. Who was going to do it?
Nikki.
Nikki wouldn't have won.
You don't think so?
No. Nikki was not likable.
Really?
She's condescending. She thinks she's above people. We invited her 50 times to come here. She's above us.
Really?
She thinks she's above you. She doesn't think she's you. But guess what? The guy Trump put his life on the line and went and ran. And so say he doesn't win. What does America look like today? Everybody's walking on eggshells doing YouTube channels. Strike, strike, strike. You think everything is going to be? No. So we have to realize there are people out there that are willing to sacrifice their lives to go do something bigger. We have to stay hopeful. At least I will. If you support CNN and what they stand for, buy their gear, represent it. If you support what Nike stands for, buy their gear, support it. If you support any media company, any podcast, whatever they stand for, comedians, whether it's Kill Tony, whether it's Schultz, whether it's Rogan, whether it's anybody you support, their values represent their gear. If you watch our show and you believe that the future looks bright, I encourage you to support it. This allows us to hire more people. This allows us to grow our business. This allows the brand to get out there. This allows other people to be confused when you go into work with a gym and you got a future looks bright and people are like, wait a minute, what, you really believe the future looks bright? You really believe that? Like, don't you think this should be communistic? No, man, I really believe the future looks bright. Seriously, you're a little weird. I am. And you're negative. And you're pessimistic, and I'm not. So if you're optimistic and you believe the future looks bright, Go represent. That green combo is my favorite. That Future Looks Bright shirt and hat combo, my favorite. It looks absolutely sick when you have it right in front of you as well. And by the way, at the Vol Conference, for the first time in the history of hats, we're launching the first gold hat ever. The hat has got the Future Looks Bright gold, and the logo on the side is gold. You get a certificate of authenticity, but it's only at the people that are going to be at the vault. It's only 15 of them.
Real gold.
Real gold.
That looks ridiculous.
It literally looks ridiculous. But anyways, if you believe the future looks bright, go to vtmerch.com, place an order. I believe the first 100 people that place an order get a mug or a keychain or some trinkets being sent to you as well. That's the mug that you get, the first 100 to go place the order. So go place your order at vtmerch.com. We'll get that stuff over to you guys. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.